So let's get into this Caitlin Clark thing, right? So some of the Caitlin Clark fans, and I'm glad we got people in here that probably could speak to that. I love to see your comments, and then also I open the phone lines up because I want to hear from Caitlin Clark fans. Because there's a lot of y'all in my comment section. They got a lot of good things to say, man. I think we should have this conversation, but the fans of hers that are in the media, specifically those that outkick the coverage, Dan Dandridge and others at Outkick, and not the only one. Gilbert Arenas and Shannon Sharp. Marcellus Wiley. She got a lot of people that support her and are willing to fight her battles for her. And I guess her not making Team USA is a battle they're willing to fight. I just don't understand that, especially after the initial news of her not making it. All right, you got a week or two to go ahead and do that, but a month later we're still talking about it, and then we're talking about it after every single game is a little bit OD for me, right? But the disrespect that people talk about is not really coming from people who agree that it's okay that she shouldn't have been on the team. Like there's some people that's like, oh, no, I don't think she should have been on the team. I like the squad that they pick from the basketball perspective of it. And the other argument of it is, well, forget the basketball. What about the popularity part? What about growing the game? And I'm like, I just don't see how that is a priority when you're trying to go win gold. Like if you have two priorities, that means you have zero priorities. You can't have two priorities. You can't serve two masters. Which one is your priority? Winning gold or being winning a popularity contest? I mean, you can't do both of those things. Some people say, yeah, you should be able to do both. Bring her on and win the popularity contest and the gold. But I'm like, how can your mind be split like that? Right? You got to prioritize one of them. And if you prioritize one of them, then the other one falls by the wayside. If I ask you, hey, look, man, I need you to do two things by 5 o'clock, and I don't think I can do both by 5. I try, but what's the priority? Oh, well, this one's priority. Okay, well, that's the one I'm gonna do first. And if I have any time left, then cool. I do the other one. But you got to prioritize one of them so I know which one we're actually putting our heart into. Right? And then I can put my heart into the other one later. Right now, your heart's supposed to be in winning gold. Right? If we would put her on the team just for popularity so we can grow the game, I don't know if you read that book. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want some milk. Right? And you read that book, it's about 5 or 10 pages of if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want milk. And if you give him milk, he's going to get sleepy. If he gets sleepy, he's going to want to sleep in your bed. And if he sleep in your bed, and it just goes on and on, it's a slippery slope. Same thing with this Caitlin Clark thing. If you give Caitlin Clark a roster spot only for popularity, and because her fans pressured us to do it, the next step is we're going to want her to play minutes. And then the next step is we're going to want her to start. And then the next step is we're going to want the offense to cater to her. And then the next step, you get what I'm saying? It's a slippery slope. Because if we just put her on a roster, how does that grow the game if she's not getting in the game? Like if she's on the bench, how does that grow the game if she's on the bench? And then and what would Caitlin Clark fans say in the media if they see her not playing? You seen the fuss that happened when Tatum didn't play. What if that was Caitlin Clark? Her fans would have a problem with it. What if her fans see that physical defense beating her up and she started turning the ball over and she don't look good like her first 10 games in the WNBA? What happened when people was playing defense on Caitlin Clark? Oh, why y'all picking her up 94 feet? No other rookie is getting defended like that. Y'all jealous of her. That's why y'all playing defense. Why y'all hard fouling her? Why y'all fouling her, period? Why y'all doubling her? Why y'all forcing her to get the ball out of her hand? Let her shoot the three. Play her straight up. Like, these are the things that fans were saying. I mean, we even had Brandon Jennings come on there and say, look, man, if y'all want to grow this game, man, y'all gotta ease up on Caitlin Clark. Let her do her. Let her shoot, pretty much. So my question again, if you give her a roster spot, then what's next? Minutes. If you give her minutes, what's next? The offense. Now we're not running through Aja Wilson. We're running through Caitlin because her fans want to see Caitlin. So when that happens, that slippery slope, that's when your priority of winning gold disappear. That's when the new priority becomes Caitlin. And we've seen it. I showed y'all that last week. Not last week, but earlier this week. I showed you when they got a win and the offense wasn't flowing through Caitlin, it was flowing through Boston, and they got a big win. Her fans did not like it. They didn't like it. Look at the bottom comment. Scoring is her game. Teams are clearly trying to overcompensate to take that away, right? Look at the second comment. Bench players can do that. Passing, posting, that's not her game, right? They want Caitlin Clark to shoot and score and shoot and score. So my question is, what happens if we gave her a roster spot only for popularity? Is going to turn into something else, and next thing you know, the offense is running through it, and now it's Caitlin's team, all because the fans want it. So it's crazy. But listen to where the disrespect comes from, because the disrespect doesn't come from the side of the people who don't think that she should be on the roster. The disrespect comes from the people that are so-called Caitlin Clark fans, not WNBA fans, not basketball fans, just Caitlin fans. Listen to this.
This came to me the other day, Caitlin Clark and the Olympics. You know, Caitlin Clark comes out of college and boom, it's a massive deal. It's a huge deal. It's such a deal that we keep talking about it and we never run out of content because there's a lot there. She's become the most popular woman athlete, I would argue, in the world. And the Olympics hit. What a perfect time to grow basketball. What a perfect time to grow women's basketball. Think about it. If Caitlin Clark had come out last year or next year, people would have said, oh, man, it's just too damn bad she didn't come out in an Olympic year. Wouldn't that have been perfect? And everybody would have nodded their head. Remember, women are always yelling at us. Look at us. Our sport's great. Grow our game. Blah, 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 blah. And it hit perfect. The perfect storm hit like a ton of bricks. It hit so hard. Caitlin Clark on TV, biggest ratings ever in college women's basketball, gets to the WNBA, hadn't been a million viewer game since 2008, 14 of them under Caitlin Clark's tutelage, regime, whatever you want to call it, with the Indiana Fever. And now, what? The Olympics, a chance to grow the game internationally? Well, the little 90s rap girl dresses like Kid and Play, Dawn Staley, and her little group of angry, pissed-off lesbians didn't see that as an opportunity. They saw their pettiness dominate, and they kept Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team. Fast forward to the Olympics. All right, women's basketball, grow the game. Did you know that of all the games of the Paris Olympics in women's basketball, the United States versus Japan's women's game drew the fewest amount of spectators? How about that? The fewest. I'd say the most. I mean, some games have gone as many as 20,000 filling an arena. The United States did 13. I'm sure there are other factors until I saw the interviews post-game where basically every angry old lesbian on that team had an answer for the little straight white girl. So this is the type of talk that you hear and then you see in the comment section and you hear from people that's supposed to be supporting Caitlin Clark and supposed to be sports lovers and basketball lovers. The most divisive and attacking and disrespectful type of talk is coming from that side. Nobody is saying nothing disrespectful about Caitlin Clark.
I quite frankly really like Caitlin Clark and I like her game, but I'm also honest about what I see on the floor. Everyone that's around this whole situation is getting attacked. Angel Reese gets attacked daily. These people call her all. Now she's not a lesbian, or she don't, but they got other names for her. You get what I'm saying? Like they call her every name in the book. They talk about her game. They talk about how she run. They talk about how she can't jump. Not knowing that she got a rod in her leg from a accident she had and surgery she had. Right? I mean, it's just so like it's crazy. Now they're attacking Dawn Staley and how she dressed. Now they're attacking all the other girls who just so happen to be in same-sex relationships. Like they're like it's crazy. Like who is doing that? And for some reason, people think that's okay. Like for some reason, people think that's okay. Right? This is somebody on a platform that's kind of big, talking like that, and the whole platform talks like that. Very interesting, right? But those are the fans. And the crazy thing about it, they're talking about boycotting the Olympics. They talking about boycotting the whole Olympics. Most of them are saying they're just going to boycott the women's basketball games because they want the numbers to be low, the ratings to be low. And then now they bragging about it. Oh, they didn't draw this many or this many, right? The ratings was pretty high though for them. The TV ratings was pretty high. But even with that, they don't even believe it. Oh, that's a lie. All my friends aren't watching. We're boycotting. So how are their ratings high? Right? That's what they think. They think that put it this way. I think the ratings for a Caitlin Clark game in the WNBA in America, I think is I seen some in like 2 million range. I think I seen one at 3 million range. So 2 or 3 million for ratings. And that's mostly America watching that. And even if it was other people watching from other countries, I don't even think we can. I don't know if we have a way of capturing that and using that for our ratings, right? But that's another story, right? But it's mostly Americans watching that game for Caitlin. So 2 million on the safe side. Let's say 2 million. It's about 2.53 million are watching the not WNBA, but the Women's Olympics games right now. Even though what he just said that they had low attendance face to face, like the people who was actually at the game in Paris was a little bit less than the other games. Some of those other games was like 27, but like he said, there's other factors. Like some of those games were residual from the men's game. And the time difference was different, so it was a lot of factors on the face-to-face audience, right? But as far as the TV ratings, they've been pretty good for the women's. They're not talking about that. Only thing they're saying is that can't be true because why? Caitlin Clark fans aren't watching. That's what they think. They think because Caitlin Clark fans aren't watching that the ratings should be incredibly low. And they're shocked to see that it's not. So they're like, it's impossible. It's impossible. We're boycotting. There's no way that anyone other than Caitlin Clark fans are watching. There's no way, right? So the funny thing is Caitlin Clark is actually watching the Olympics and cheering her fellow Americans on, right? She's cheering her Americans on, and she's watching her WNBA peers go and compete for gold and fight for Team USA, right? So she's even watching, but her friends not, right? That's interesting. But I say all that to say this. Let's just get into the basketball part of it, and then we get into whether it makes sense to have her on the roster just for popularity if it's going to grow the game. And that's what I'm going to need y'all help at comment section or when I open the phone lines up. I want to know what the plan is to grow the game by having her on the roster, but we'll get to that. As far as basketball, right? When I watched this game against Belgium, where Team USA really needed help at was defensively, right? They missed a lot of assignments defensively. And they had 14 turnovers in the first half. I don't know how much they ended up with, but they was turning the ball over, right? Defense and turnovers. They got good points from their stars. 26 from Stewart, I think 23 from Wilson, or something along there. So that was scoring the ball pretty well. But defensively, they missed some assignments. They gave up some open threes. They was getting lost on some screens and backdoors. And the point of attack defense on the ball wasn't where I would like to see it at, right? And then, like I said, the turnovers. Now, what are the strong suits of Caitlin Clark? Passing the ball and shooting deep threes. Not defense and turnovers. Those are actually her weak spots. She's weak as far as taking care of the ball. She leads the league in turnovers. And she's weak on defense. So where is she going to help this team? Basketball-wise. All right, so we got that part out the way. Now to the part about growing the game. Tell me in the comments. I'm about to open the phone lines up. But tell me in the comments or call in and let me know the step-by-step process of her growing the game by being on this roster. Does it include her playing a little bit? Does it include her playing a lot? Like, how does she grow the game? Like people are saying she's bringing all these eyes, but what if these eyes show up? Just like that eye, like coming out of college, everybody said, oh, she's going to take over the WNBA. She's going to be the best girl out there. She can shoot like she's the female Steph Curry. So we thought that, I didn't think this, but the media thought and was telling her fans that once she get in the league, we about to see some Jordan type stuff. And then when we didn't see Jordan type stuff, and we seen her getting locked up defensively and turning the ball over and scoring 6 points and turning the, all that stuff, we was like, okay, this is not what they told us we was going to see. Right? So what happens if she goes and can't handle that pressure in the Olympics because the defense and the physicality is more in Paris right now than it is in the WNBA? And she struggled with the WNBA her first 10 games. So what's going to happen when she struggle on the Olympic stage with all these world eyes that y'all said she was going to bring? Once we bring all these eyes and they look and say, oh, shoot, she's not even as good as advertised. Then what? How does that grow the game? All right, caller from Chicago, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Mel?
I'm good. What's good with you? What's your thoughts?
Man, I think they need to just let Caden develop. They trying to push her. She's not, like you say, she's not ready yet. But, because if you think about it, she really didn't get known until Angel Reese had taunted her.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about Caitlin Clark. And I'm not knocking her as a basketball player. She's a good basketball player. But she still have a lot of things to learn.
Correct.
I think, I hate to bring them up, but I think this LeBron thing is making people forget about going through the true process.
Okay.
Because, instead of like going through the process, yeah, you lose, but you learn more when you lose because you learn how to win.
Right.
People don't want to go through that process no more. They want that instant gratification. But they just need to let her develop.
Okay.
Stop rushing her. Yeah, she's a part of the face of the WNBA, and she's young.
Let me ask you this. Do you think she should have been on the Olympic team?
No.
Okay. Do you think that it's important that she is on the roster to grow the WNBA's game?
On the Olympic roster now?
Yeah, I mean, because that's what they're saying. They're saying, yeah, maybe she don't deserve to be on there as a player, but
no.
Okay. Do you understand that thought process that if she's on a roster, that means the game is going to grow?
No.
I don't either.
No, the game is, because, man, if you think about it, You got an old girl at USC coming out pretty soon. The game's gonna grow.
The game is definitely going to grow. Now, this is the
It's
thing.
gonna grow.
It's going to grow. It's already growing. But this is and Caitlin is a part of that. But this is the thing, though. You can't just be popular, right? At some point, if your popularity ain't matching your play, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall off like Linsanity did, right? So Linsanity played phenomenal for a stretch, and he was very popular.
Right,
but
they started playing physical against him.
They started exactly right. It was when the physicality came on Linsanity was over. When the physicality came on Caitlin, the Caitlin Clark effect was over until the media went and had her back and told everybody to lay off of her, stop playing her tough defense, stop doubling her, stop hard fouling her. The league needs to step in. The league needs to change the rules, because it was like, man, there's no way she can do that Caitlin Clark stuff against physical defense. Now they want everything changed for her. Now this is I make this final point and I'll let you talk. Right.
Okay.
They comparing her to people like Jordan, Steph Curry, and all this stuff, saying she's the Michael Jordan of the league. The thing about Michael Jordan's popularity on Team USA is that when everyone heard about Jordan and how good he was, when he showed up for Team USA, they also seen that he was actually better than what they heard. He was better than advertised on both ends of the floor.
Right.
Caitlin Clark might have that popularity, but she don't have the game. So when everyone hear how great she is, when they come to the game, they're not seeing that on a pro level. They seen it in college. They're not seeing it on a pro level. Right. Mm-hmm. All this is right now is they're taking Adam Morrison or JJ Redick and giving her Michael Jordan attention. And they're trying to fill the gap in by telling the other girls that they need to go easy on her. And that's not right.
No, they, they're just not truthful, man. They, because that's why I like to watch you guys, because you guys talk about basketball.
Yeah.
See, I'm 60 years old, man. I've been playing ball till I was like 55. So I know basketball, and they just don't let people develop. They crown people too early.
Way too early.
They crown people too early. People like you said, Jordan. Jordan was killing in college.
Correct.
Then when he came in the NBA, people don't understand, especially young folks, Jordan was killing in the NBA. He just didn't have a team.
Yeah.
He just didn't have a team.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Caitlin Clark really didn't, she's led the NCAA in points. Yeah, okay. Good, congratulations. But she wasn't necessarily killing. Because if she was, they would have won one of them two NCAA championships.
Well, no, I will say this. She was killing in college, for sure. She was killing in college. She didn't win because she went to Iowa and she didn't go to, but still, but it's a double-edged sword though. And I say this and then I get you off the line and open the phone lines up. But this is a double-edged sword, because if she wanted to win, she would have had to go to a better school that have better teammates, right? But if you go to a school like UConn with a coach like Gino, he's not gonna he's not gonna allow you to play the way you played at Iowa. So you wouldn't have broke the records. You wouldn't have averaged 30. You wouldn't have been coming down shooting off balance threes whenever you wanted to. You would have been playing a team oriented basketball game under one of those coaches. So which one you want? You want the wins or you want the stats and accolades, right? So if you want the stats and accolades, go to a school like Iowa, but you're not gonna win from there. But that's how that was, man. But I appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna move on.
Okay, man.
All right, thanks. I probably can take one more call. So with this comment, I say, so you really think that Caitlin Clark negative stats is going to affect Team USA and winning the gold? I don't know. All I'm saying is that I don't think she can handle that pressure. So bringing her to the Olympics and putting her on the roster, she probably would be on the bench or on the court turning the ball over a lot, not handling the pressure. Now you take your option. If you want to grow the game and you bring Caitlin here, If she looks bad, like she didn't look phenomenal in the All-Star game. She missed all her threes. She didn't look phenomenal. Threes and shooting was supposed to be her strong suit, but she didn't jump into the 3-point contest during the All-Star game. What pure shooter turning down 3-point contests? Steph ain't never done that. What pure shooter saying, nah, I'm supposed to be the best shooter ever, but I'm not getting in the Olympics. Steph didn't do that. Dale didn't do it. Hell, Tim Legler didn't do it. Bird didn't do it. They got in the 3-point contest and showed you what they was working with. Klay Thompson did it. So she didn't hit no threes in the game. She shied away from the 3-point contest, and that's what she was supposed to be known for. But now they done remix and was like, oh no, she's a passer. Now she's John Stockton. Y'all said she was Steph Curry at first. Now she's John Stockton, and we want her for her passing. So my point is, you get her on that floor, and she doesn't look great. How does that grow the game? Okay, we showed up to see this Superwoman, but she's not Superwoman. How does that grow it? If she looks bad, how does it grow it? If she's on the bench, how does that grow it? Caller from Texas, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? This is Big Salute.
What's going on?
First of all, I want to know, do you suffer from insomnia? I was like, out of nowhere, I got a message saying you was live. I was like, oh man, he don't play games. Whenever he wake up and have an idea, he go with it.
Yeah.
Hey, so this is the thing with her. I think the WNBA started off. They weren't prepared for her to come in, and then they didn't prepare the players and the coaches on how to respond to a bunch of questions they're gonna get about a player that's not that good but popular. Right. And as far as the Olympics, I don't even think about what you're going to take away or add. I just know that you're putting her in a hostile work environment to put her on that team and those other players looking at her.
Her teammates?
Yes, her teammates.
I think the WNBA players love Caitlin though.
Yeah, I think they love her.
Yeah,
but
because
if she get on that team, they still gonna feel she don't deserve to be on there.
Yeah, that might happen. But I mean, if she can help, I don't think they would care. You get what I'm saying? Like if because when you watch that,
she won't really help.
Yeah, when you watch that game today, when Belgium was busting their head wide open, man, they ain't care who put the ball in the hole. Man, they were hugging people. Oh man, and when Collier hit them 2 threes, they hugging her. They on the sideline. Oh, thank God, because nobody else couldn't hit a bucket. So if Caitlin was out there, and initially they had the thought process of, dang man, you shouldn't be here, I think they'd get over it real soon once that ball tip off. You know what I mean? They got to.
I think the biggest thing would have been prior to if WNBA don't get ahead of it with the PR and make sure players are responding the right way, it still could have been an issue.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think before the thing, I just think a lot of players love her, like how you said it. But if they could talk in that manner to say like, oh, I love Caitlin Clark. I seen her in college. I knew she was gonna bring something to the league, but she's not there yet. She's coming.
Well, I mean, it is people that are saying that, but they asked Diana Taurasi. They asked the wrong person.
Right. No. They're showing the wrong responses on purpose.
That too. You're right.
Keep this thing going. Keep this thing going. I mean, and of course, I know she got the fans and everything, and she could quickly come on like, hey, I love y'all, whatever. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. And then you got LeBron, and he's just pandering. I mean, he knows she got a bunch of fans. I mean,
yeah.
He got more fans. He got more people pushing his GOAT conversation.
And look, but they also both with Nike too.
That's true.
Yeah, they both with Nike.
That's true.
Nike probably gave him a phone call and was like, "Hey, man, you need to say something."
I said he would have said it anyway, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just think I just hate the way it started. I hate when it was like, she's not proven yet. It was, the comments, I was like, yeah, this is not going to be good. I watched it build up. I watched the girl on Sports Center get cross with Stephen A over it. Yeah. He could have been pushing the league, but what was he going to push?
Yeah.
And then you say, then I know he keeps saying, it's a straight white girl. And I'm like, okay, she's straight today.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I've been asking most of her supporters this question, but they can't explain it to me. Maybe you can. There's a comment on the screen that says, I won't lie, they would have made a lot more money if they chose Clark. We can't deny that. All right. So are you saying the WNBA and the women who's playing on Team USA right now would have made more money if Clark was on the team? How does that happen? Can you explain that to me?
So I'm not tracking their stipend going up based on, revenue. Now if, I might be ignorant to it, but I'm pretty sure the NBA players bring a lot of revenue. But I don't know if the little stipend they're going to get for playing in the Olympics is going to go up. Now, as far as maybe selling some her jersey, the U.S. Olympic jersey, I could see that one. I could see that.
But selling some jersey. But guess what? If you want to sell some Caitlin Clark jersey, just make one. Give her an honorary jersey. If that was the case, she don't need to be on the roster for that. Give her an honorary jersey and sell it. Or just go over there with the Indiana Fever jerseys. Sell the Indiana Fever jerseys over there. She don't need to be on the roster for that.
Right. And it is two sides. It is two sides of it. You got her side, and I say her side. I'm a fan of her, but I watch basketball, so I know she's not there yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as the fan side, you got her side that's, Rick got all that vitriol about the trying to say something about lesbians, trying to make it something like that, or trying to make it black and white.
Yeah.
And then you also have some people on I hate to say our side, but on the black side that and it's not all black, but just other sides that just say, oh, the little white girl, this and that, and that's just not helping the conversation on her. It's just not helping.
I don't want to say, I don't want to say nothing or support nobody saying nothing that's gonna be divisive. I don't want to do that. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I don't want to call nobody out their name. I don't think nobody race should be used as a weapon. I don't think nobody's sexuality should be used like that. Like that is nonsense, right? The only thing I will say about race, is that I think that most of her supporters are happy to see someone that looked like them being this good at basketball, especially when she was busting ass in the NCAA. You get what I'm saying? We took great pride as black people when Tiger Woods was whooping ass in golf. We took pride in that. I ain't know nothing about no golf, but Tiger Woods, oh yeah, I watched for Tiger. So we can't deny that that's a fact. Like, all right, I normally wouldn't watch golf, but it's interesting to see a sport dominated by non-blacks to have a black all of a sudden come and rise and be the top guy, or close to the top guy. But this ain't even that. Like they assumed that she was going to go in the WNBA and be a top guy like a top female like Tiger,
and they assumed the black girls were going to hate her.
Right, and she wasn't that good. Now what do you do? All right, so we seen her in college whoop ass. Y'all thought she was going to do it in the WNBA, and she can't do it. Now what?
Yeah. See, half of these guys don't even know Caitlin Clark. They just seen her, and like the other caller said, she became famous when Angela Reese gave her some payback on taunting her or whatever. But right now she's humble and she's not doing much. She's not running her mouth. But they just don't know. Caitlin Clark is a big time shit talker, big time.
Yeah,
she was taunting the whole way in the the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
And only time it slows down is she loses. She gets, of course, she's humble. But whenever she's up and she's in, she's gonna put on the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now she did it more. She did it more her junior year. Her junior year, she was in people's face. She was knocking people down. She was feisty. But when Reese beat in the LSU beat in the finals, and Reese did the John Cena on her, that's when the media came to fight her battles for her. She was much more calmer her senior year, because every battle she needed to fight was fought for her in the media. She didn't have to say nothing.
Yeah, and the eyes was on her, and she had an agent.
Of course. Yep.
So they kind of prepare you for some of that stuff. Like, you don't need to do all that.
Yep.
You got everybody on your side. You got this momentum coming your way.
Yep. Chill out. Just chill. Let us do it for you. The media is on your side. The media go fight everybody for you, especially Angel Reese and them South Carolina girls and Don Staley. But all right, let me move on, man. I've been on this topic a little bit too long.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the call.
Love the show, man. Love the show, man. Talk to you again.
All right, bro. All right. Omba said, especially if Reese and Clark were there, people will still watch. I'm watching. I don't know. Like, Reese is not there, Clark is not there, and I'm watching. I haven't missed a game. I'm loving it. It's good basketball. The real answer is not if two players or one player was there, more people would watch. The answer is the answer should be if the basketball is good, more people would watch. Because all I've been hearing from people about WNBA is you can't get money because y'all basketball suck. But now that everyone's watching supposedly for Clark, now they can see, oh man, it's actually good basketball. It's actually so good that the girl that we thought was the best can't even score over 20 points on a consistent basis. She's actually not the best. She's actually not top 15. Forget the top 12 that made the Team USA. She's not top 15 because we go beyond the 12 that made it, and we go to Rike that got 2 All-Star MVPs who torched Team USA in this MVP in this All-Star game and the All-Star game 4 years ago. That's number 13. She's better. If we go to Della Dine, who's taking a year off, she's better. That's 14. I mean, it's a lot of players better than her. So what should be the answer is they're playing good basketball and it's great players out there. So I'm going to watch. I'm not watching because Clark's not there. Because if you're not watching because Clark's not there, what if she is there but she's on the bench? Then what are you gonna do? Not watch? I'm so confused. I'm so confused by I'm not watching because Clark's not there. I'm confused by that because she's not tearing it up. So what are y'all watching when y'all do watch her? She's not killing it out there. She's not tearing it up on the court. She's absolutely not tearing it up. Y'all went from great scorer to great passer. Y'all went from Steph Curry to John Stockton. Come on, what is she? She a great passer now. Okay, got it. I mean, she was always a great passer, but y'all was praising her for her shooting. Now she's shooting like shit. Now she John Stockton. Okay, got it. Yeah, she missed the 3-point contest. Not missed it because you missed the bus. That's a mistake. No, she purposely passed on it. Look, call the number because I need to hear you explain this because I got to ask you questions. Having Clark there brings more viewers and then lets people recognize the other players too. We already did that in the WNBA. Having Clark in the WNBA brought more viewers. And then when you play and you watch her play these games, and every time she play a game, she getting her ass bust by somebody. And you recognize the other players, but what do Caitlin Clark fans do after she get her ass busted? Oh, y'all fouling her too hard. Y'all jealous. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like, yeah, Caitlin Clark brought 16,000 people to the stadium. I'm about to show out. And then y'all get mad at that player for showing out and playing defense on Caitlin. Oh, no, you're supposed to play Globetrotter basketball and let her do her thing for entertainment because we came to see her. So you don't really want girls to perform. You want Caitlin to bring the crowd to the game, and you want everyone to play synchronized basketball like the Generals play against the Globetrotters and pretend like they're D'ing up Caitlin, but let Caitlin shoot the ball and let her score because that's what people came to see. You want Caitlin to be the next Curly Moe doing Globetrotters stunts on the court. Everybody else synchronized basketball, scripted basketball. That's what y'all want. Like literally, people are saying at the first 5 to 6, 7 games when Caitlin Clark was getting crunched and crushed on the court, people was telling everyone to ease off of her and let her get her stuff off. And it's supposed to be the best. The fans don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. I like real basketball. What fans want to see fake basketball? Jeez. In terms of turnovers, LeBron, Luke, and others also have so many turnovers. Right. And we all say it's bad. We've never not looked at turnovers and was like, oh man, there's great players with turnovers. So let's say turnovers is good. Right? Omba. Turnovers are bad. Are we in agreement on that? Turnovers are not a good thing. Turnovers are bad. Are we in agreement on that? There's no name you can attach to a turnover to make turnovers turn into a good thing. You can't flip it. Turnovers is bad all the time. Well, Magic got turnovers. Oh, okay, so it's good. No, that's not how it works. There's no you can't dissolve turnovers by attaching a great name to it. People are definitely watching. Yeah, Jordan versus LeBron is definitely played out. Caitlin Clark can go to Paris just like Angel Reese did not promote the game. Yeah, Angel Reese did go to Paris, and she's doing a lot of tweeting and a lot of picture taking and all that. She's enjoying herself and watching the game and supporting Team USA, even though she didn't get selected for it. And even though she has a huge following, just like Caitlin, no one is trying to downplay or insult Dawn Staley and the selection committee and the other girls on the team. Nobody from Angel Reese fan base is disrespecting people like that just because Angel's not on the team. CC did nothing well on the court and plays got off of her fans will start talking about her character and her philanthropy, just like LeBron fans. And they start talking about her teammate and her coach as well. When she played bad, it was her coach's fault for not running the offense through her and not having better plays. And then it was her teammates' fault for not doing whatever. I don't know. It was always somebody's fault. There are white players in the WNBA, not just Caitlin Clark, for sure. CC is new and young. Sure. All right. There's a fan base that won't fake basketball. This is the problem. Yeah, of course. That's part of the issue. People won't fake basketball. Triple doubles are better than double doubles, and when you need the last few minutes to get a double double, that's trash. And she's 6'4". This video is not even about Angel Reese. It's about Team USA and then Caitlin Clark's fans. It's not about triple doubles, double doubles, or Angel Reese. I'm confused. I'm confused. Caller from New York, what's up?
All right, my man. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I was listening too close about the beginning of the stream, and on just my personal take on it with Caitlin Clark's performance. We said that she's potentially not even top 15. There's some things that's not there apparent in her game currently. I guess some will give her grace because she is a rookie, but things that she was doing consistently in college that she's not doing now, like again hitting that very deep 30-foot plus three. Okay, cool, granted, but she was about the number of assists and rebounds that she's doing currently is very similar to about what she averaged for her college career, about 6 rebounds, 8 assists. That was her college career, and she's averaging those numbers now. Cool, granted. Defensive talent in the WNBA is far superior night in and night out compared to what she was seeing in college. So I'll give credence to that. And adjustment period for her over time from what those first couple of games to when she started turning the corner and playing a lot better, probably getting more accustomed to the game. But a lot of people are saying she can't handle the physicality, this, that, and the third. If you did catch when she was in a workout video with her teammate Aaliyah Boston, just flexing, they're doing a little bit of working out, whatever. The young lady probably is, in a lot of ways, like LeBron does, trying to sell the flop or flop, trying to get a call, right? From excessive contact. Sometimes it may be a call might need to be called, but it doesn't get called, and hey, you got to play through it. Don't complain. Just put your head down and get back to work. But for the most part, the way that she's currently built, structured, her physicality, she's probably just playing it up. Like I said, probably just playing it up in those flopping situations, trying to get the call. But I did pull up her shooting split. I had the game logs from the very first game to this game, right? Her percentage did improve slightly over the last couple of games, as well as her assist numbers. But if you say, okay, for WNBA standards to NBA standards, I don't know what's good in comparison. Don't field goal wise plus 3-point wise, about 35%. I would say, looking at overall NBA history, WNBA, pardon me. About 35%. If you shoot 35% from three in the W, it seems like a decent. And about 40, 45, you're okay, right? Most every game that the young lady's played in, though, right? There's some stinkers, but she's doing about 40% field goal. She's had a couple of games that she did 50. There's one for 63, one for 53 out of 26 games total. So out of 26 games total, I see a 52, a 45, a 43, a 53, a 63, and I'm talking about field goal percentage. A 50, another 50. This is getting close to the end of the season before the break. A 45, a 44, had another stink of 28%, then the 33, 41, 50, 50, another stink of 29 and 52, right? Shooting wise, shooting split.
Right.
On about average, I can't see the average, about average attempts. Looks like she's taking close to about 15 to 16 shots a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her 3-point percentage, shaky. That's the one part of the game that we're expecting to translate. But what she does, that deep three, besides Diana Taurasi I've seen attempted, and Lexi Brown, I guess, just on the strength because they were playing them that game, nobody else is taking shots from that distance, which already is a highly ineffective shot for most people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe she'll get back to that standard by next season. Right now, but rookie, I'll give her some grace.
I mean, yeah, she deserved grace for sure. And I think Diana Taurasi was the first person to speak up on the fact that it was going to be an adjustment period, and she was right. And she also said, you got to give yourself some grace. Like, don't come in here with crazy expectations because we're actually playing defense over here, and we actually can play, right? So that's one thing. What you're talking about is her not being what she was in college right now, and she deserves some grace. That's one topic, right? I agree with you 100% on there, no rebuttal. But this particular video was about Team USA. So with that being said, part of that grace is not her getting a free pass and a roster spot just because she's popular. That's my whole thing. The only reason why I even brought up anything of her I guess her discrepancies on the court was because I'm showing you that she's not ready to be on this team. And we can't put her on there just for popularity, because what are we doing? How important like that? I think that's ridiculous. Like, people really believe, because she's popular, put her on the team. Well, hell, Taylor Swift is popular too. And you can put Taylor Swift on a team and put her name on the back of a jersey and not play her and just have her on the end of the bench. And she'll do exactly what she did for the Kansas City Chiefs last year. So if it's just about growing the game, just do some dumb, goofy stuff like that. Hey, Taylor Swift, we giving you a roster spot. That's basically what they're saying. They're saying, forget the basketball. We know she's not ready basketball wise, but put her in there for the popularity. Dude, just give me Taylor Swift. Give me Taylor Swift, because at least her fans aren't attacking the all the freaking girls and the coaches that's on the squad and calling them lesbians and saying they're jealous and saying they nappy headed hoes and black and calling them all types of jigaboo. Like that's her fan base doing that. How the hell are you, like, if you want her to be accepted by everybody, how can you be that toxic as a fan base and expect people not to be like, nah, you know what, we good on that. Keep her ass over there, because she's bringing a whole fan base with it. We don't want no parts of. Because like I said at the beginning of this, if they would have gave her a roster spot, her fan base would have cried for her to get a starting spot. Then her fan base would have cried for her to get a lot of minutes. Then her fan base would have cried for her to have the offense ran through her. Then her fan base would have cried for her to get the more shots than Asia Wilson. That's what would have happened. It's a slippery slope.
But that's in turn punishing the young lady for something that has nothing to do with her.
It's not punishing her. It's not giving her something based on popularity. Your popularity don't earn you a roster spot. Your play earns you a roster spot, not your popularity. They want to change the rules to popularity. Hey, give a roster spot just for popularity and to grow the game. Hell no. How about no? How about this? How about the fans that's following her, that's supposedly growing the game? How about we don't want those fans? Have it ever occurred? No. Have it ever occurred to you that basketball purists don't want those fans? We don't want Caitlyn fans. We don't want LeBron fans. We want all of them to be flushed down the toilet. They all toxic. Clutch Sports, all of them. Rich Paul, go the hell away. That's real talk. We don't want those fans. So forget saying, oh man, well, don't cry when it's time for the money. Guess what? I keep the money we making right now for my peace of mind. If I got if I got to get rid of Caitlyn to get rid of her fans, I do it.
Nah.
That's real talk.
I mean, Jack, why there's a slight disagreement. There's two different points that you hit, but I'll address in chronological, where you said she didn't deserve a roster spot because of the play. There's great arguments for that, right? Like I said, I do have it put up even for the first 10 games or just a month of May, looking at the overall play. It was spotty.
No. I only need one stat. I need one stat. Leading the league in turnovers by far. That's all I need. You're a point guard. Your primary job is to take care of the ball. That's your primary job. Secondary job, run the offense as a point guard.
Yeah.
Right?
And the person who's second in turnovers made the USA team, but she's a great player though.
Who is?
Alyssa Thomas.
Who is?
Alyssa Thomas is second in the league.
She's not a point guard. I can take the ball out of her hand and have her play defense and rebound. I'm fine with that. She's not leading the Olympics in turnovers. So yes.
Right.
Yeah. And like I said, by far, right? Because Alyssa Thomas brings me rebounds and defense toughness and experience, not a rookie. Caitlyn brings me inexperience, rookie, turnovers, no defense, and she needs the ball in her hand. But I need the ball in Asia Wilson's hand. I need the ball in Stewart's hand. I need the ball in the post.
Now, from what she's showing you, how she played recently, it's not far-fetched from anybody's mind that she would be distributing the rock, that she would do her job as a point guard, because for all intents and purposes, she is right now showing that she's probably the best playmaker in the league. And we're going back again to not giving a spot. It's just like giving somebody a roster spot on legacy or what they've done in the past is almost the same as just giving her a spot because of popularity.
It's not because I'm gaining.
You know where I'm going with that?
I'm gaining something with that. I'm gaining experience. I'm gaining something that the locker room needs. Hey, look, you've been there 3 times, 2 times, 4 times. You know about this. You know about how physical this play is. You know how you can navigate and show these girls that's been here for the first time a lot. So it's not the same as a legacy, because legacy makes sense. I'm getting experience. You can't make that argument that it's the same for bringing inexperience on here. What do I gain from that? Now,
I was going to go bring your mind to the fact again that Chelsea Gray and Brittany Griner were injured throughout that whole time. The first 10 games or so that the young lady was playing, you know, on the W stage.
Yeah.
Right. Chelsea Gray, of course, coach coming back from I think it was ACL.
Yeah.
ACL is not a Achilles or something like that.
Achilles. I think it was a foot.
lot of players don't come
Achilles.
back the same from that injury.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And
look,
so
with Brittany Griner though, I don't care about her injury. She's 6'9". She's on the roster.
She's 6'9".
Yeah.
Right. So I'll give a pass.
Right, but with Gray, I did a video 2-3 months ago when they first announced the roster, and on that video I said, Gray, if I was to take anybody off this roster, it would be Gray. But this is the thing. It's still not a foregone conclusion that Clark would get that roster spot, because why wouldn't you give it to Arike? Why wouldn't you give it to her? Why wouldn't you give it?
Because Arike won't be a distributor. She's
okay. Why wouldn't you give it? Why wouldn't you give it to Skylar Diggins?
That I would argue for that. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a foregone conclusion. It's gonna be Caitlin. I give it to Arike or Skylar before I give it to Clark.
Skylar is a better choice right now than Chelsea Gray on that roster, according to health-wise and production so far in the W.
I think so.
But you just gave Chelsea Gray coming off an injury that spot.
But yeah, but this the thing though. Chelsea Gray, as far as bringing that ball up against all that pressure with that big body, she's not wavering with it. Like she can handle that. Like they're fouling her really hard with the body and with the reach in, and they're not calling it, and she's handling it. Caitlin Clark would she would cough that ball up with all that pressure. She was coughing. She's been coughing it up all season with pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, even though I would take Gray off, for the fact that I don't think she moves as well right now. Once I watch those games and watch how physical they are, they're more physical than the WNBA, and I didn't expect that, right? And they're allowing a lot of physicality. Yeah, now I like Gray on that spot because everybody can't handle that type of pressure, and she's handling it with ease. But yeah, man, I appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna move on, man. I've been on this topic already an hour. I got 2 more topics. All right, thank you.
All right, man.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. Very interesting call. CC wouldn't have made it up the court. Japan would have locked her up. She'll be on the bench. She would have coughed it up for sure a couple of times. And that would have been unfortunate. But yeah, man, I think most of the disrespect come from that side. And people just want to be real and talk about basketball and be honest without having to hear somebody get attacked for it, man. I mean, keep it basketball. You can break down somebody's basketball game, but all this lesbian talk and you black and you jealous and all of that, that's crazy. That is really crazy.